Hello racing fans and a warm welcome to the Gallop TV Preview Show for the Vaal Classic Track 21st September this Thursday. As always, we're joined by Alistair Cohen, and let's get straight into it. It's a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,450 meters that'll kick off the bar pot. Welcome, Alistair.
Hello, Dees. Yep, nice to be on board. Again, hello to all the racing fans. For me, this will actually feel like the first full day of racing this week because obviously quiet Monday, nothing on Monday, 3 races, Hollywoodbets Durbanville. I almost see a 7-race card as sort of one short of a full buffet. So, so hoping that this one goes according to plan leading up to the weekend. I don't mind the card. Place accumulators, my suggested bet. 1 or 2 races that look quite appetizing and 1 or 2 races that, as you'd expect at the Vaal, aren't.
Well, just the horses that have shortened in the betting from Hollywoodbets. Wonder I Do 33 to 10 into 18 to 10. Single figures 1 at 5 to 1, 2 at 7 to 1. We got an 18 to 10 shot in number 5, Mocha Macaroon, and 8 is at 8 to 1. Can we make some money in the first before your bipod begins, before your place accumulator begins, or it's more of a trifecta quartet race? Do you like anything on the head?
I think it's more of a trifecta quartet race here, Dees. Because of the money on number 10, Wonder I Do, makes me think a little bit. Went to the front last time and fell in a hole quite tamely. I think dropping in distance might help her. She finished behind Canford Rose last time. There have been a couple of horses that have hit the crossbar, including Solo Diva out of that run. So it's not the most solid form around, but the fact that she drops in trip gives her hope, and also the money, I think, tells you what you need to know. For me, number 5, Mocha Macaroon's a horse I'm tipping on top. She's got an awkward draw, but her recent run suggests that her win's got to be quite close. She's run close to the likes of Ivy League. Even though well beaten by Silver Sanctuary won again and won in pretty good style in her 3rd career start. So there's more positives out of Mocha Macaroon's form lines than there are out of Wonder I Do. And then number 1, Lorna Lily, she's really going close at the moment. Dennis Schwarz takes over. She just got caught late by My Lady Soul last time out, so she's not far away from winning. I think she'll need a little bit of luck. She might need a weaker race to win, but she should be in the first 3 or 4.
Alistair, hoping for a form result there, 10, 5 and 1, the horses to play around in race number 1, and you should get through with a double up if you include all 3 in the bar pot. Place accumulator, race number 2 over 1,800 meters. The betting 1, 5 to 1, 2 at 7 to 1. We have an 18 to 10 shot here, number 5. 8 to 1, number 8, and then this horse, Arabian Red. I know the horse opened up at around 33 to 10, has shortened into 28 to 10. And is this the banker for the day?
Yeah, so I've got 2 bankers in my place accumulator. This is the first one, D's, Mike DeCock and Keratile Kacheri team up. If Wonder I Do wins race 1, that'll add even more confidence to Arabian Red. They ran the same race to Canford Rose last time out. Arabian Red finished in front of Wonder I Do. I'm making a case for Wonder I Do a race earlier. I'd like to believe that this race, although over further than race 1, is weaker than race number 1. Arabian Red's got scope to improve. I like the way that the Heavenly Blues are developing. They're 3-year-olds. Those that ran as 2-year-olds, I think, are only going to come into their own now. Nice that DeCox remain loyal to Kitcheri. There's a lot in their favour. I can't see her missing the first 3, and I'm prepared to have a bet on number 11, Arabian Red.
I agree with Alistair. Just looked up the pedigree. Alistair briefly touched on the stallion. Well, on the dam side, this is that Arabian family. I think the most prolific from there was Arabian Dynasty for Aaron Krief that got 1,800 meters comfortably. No problem with the distance there. And I agree, that could be the start of your all-to-comes. Race number 3, pick 6, 1,800 meters, middle stakes. How are they betting here, Alistair? Number 2, Raffles at 9 to 2. 4, Destiny of Souls. How did that win last time? 2 to 1. 5 at 4 to 1. 7 at 8 to 1. And 8 at 11 to 2. I'll tell you what, I don't know about the merit rating hike of Destiny of Souls, if that's going to be enough to, stop her from going back to back. But the runner that I like here, and I like this a lot, Alistair, is Raffles. Your thoughts?
I'm going to take the run on the 27th of July at face value here, Dees, because Perfect Witness beat Raffles. It was a narrow margin, and then also who needed the run, Destiny of Souls, was in behind, who obviously franked the form. So address the penalty in the middle stakes, you can't get more than 6 points. So that's probably giving Destiny of Souls an opportunity to be a win or two above the handicapper. But if you go back to that run, Raffles, you're right, does have a weight turnaround. It's no weight turnaround. For a head beating, there should be nothing to chew between Raffles and Perfect Witness. Diego de Gouveia now takes it right. Gavin Larena is suspended, but Diego's done a bit of work on number 5, Perfect Witness, so I don't see that being too much of a concern. She ran flat last time. That was the concern. She came out of her horse sickness to Perfect Witness, and although expectations were, hopes rather, were that run nicely, she just ran flat. She looked flat, and although the run might look a little bit disappointing, and it was disappointing, she will run better. So I've gone with the 3 horses in my place accumulator. In my heart of hearts, I think Raffles might be one step ahead of Perfect Witness coming into the season. Perfect Witness is going to be targeting the Yellowwood Handicap on a mission mile race day, so maybe that might swing things into Raffles' favour. Muzi Yeni takes her out of the blinkers. Have any added impetus, then Raffles could turn it around here, but I have a lot of time for 4, Destiny of Souls, and expect a lot better from number 5, Perfect Witness. The only other horse I would like to include and mention the pick 6, number 9, Scarlet Pimpernel. He was actually a horse that never impressed me until the second to Purple Picture, and then beating House of Romanov, who obviously won on Saturday. He deserves a mention, and if you like him, put him into your pick 6.
And if you're looking for the money horse at this stage, anti-post, it's number 7, Ipso Factor, from 8 to 1, that has gone into 7 to 1. Then we move along to race number 4, 1600 meters, fillies and mares, 78 handicap. How they're betting, Alistair? Number 1 is at 22 to 10, 2 at 6 to 1, 3 at 7 to 1, 5 at 5 to 1, along with number 6 at 5 to 1. Then we have 8 to 1, number 8. And then my top choice here, I don't know why I haven't taken that. This must be in double figures, Alistair. I'm not certain, but I could double check that. Number 10, Queen Bomi, because I just take down the horses in single figures. I like 10 here, Alistair. I'm just going to double check the price while you chat.
I've got 10 in my place accumulator. It's a race that I'm a bit uneasy about, I must be honest, Dees. I've gone 1 and 10, and I spent a long time trying to, not narrow it down, but trying to work out who I needed in this race. So let me go with 1 and 10, my numbers here. Number 10, Queen Bomi, your horse. I think she has definitely been a bit frustrating. 569 days since she last won. Maybe coming back to a mile might see the best of her. Last time she was well beaten by Quasi's Lady. That was when her stable companion, whose name escaped, Pretty in Pearls, came out and ran second. She's not done much since, but I'm just of the opinion that off a 61 over a mile from a good draw, 53.5 kilos in a race of this nature, that the wise legs, the wise mind of number 10, Queen Bomi, might have a slight advantage here. My backup is the consistent number 1, Primrose Pass. She stepped up in distance last time out, and she won with a lot in hand. Life's harder. She's been given £4 from the handicapper. Pierre Stratham takes the ride. She drops by 200 meters, which is probably the right thing to do. I'd probably say that's a happy medium distance-wise for number 1, Primrose. Part. So I just like her consistency and her profile. But other horses are on my radar. 2 Perilla, first run for the yard. 3 Lady Elliot, ignore the last run. She's a lot better than that. 5 Duenna, probably the same comment applies. And then one of my favorites, number 7, Dancing Arabian. She's done me favors throughout her career. I'm off her here, but the handicap has taken her from a 71 to a 65. So I don't think she'll be all that far away. But to simplify it, 1 and 10 for me.
1 and 10 for Alistair. Nice to get the stamp of approval for number 10, Queen Bomi. I looked it up, Alistair, and the reason I didn't jot down the betting there, because she's 12 to 1. So that is not going to last, racing fans. If you're watching this preview show, 12 to 1, personally, I think it's an absolute gift with that low rating and that low weight. Race number 5, merit rated 87 handicap over 1600 meters. They're betting number 2, Avalon Toast at 33 to 10. Number 3, Ballroom Bruce at 5 to 1, 4 at 6 to 1. Then we got number 7, I Am Regal at 9 to 2. Take note, the apprentice Sosibo now only claims 1.5. 8, Key Element is at 7 to 2, and 10 at 8 to 1. This is a race where I personally think we can, that rule that our play can come into play quite easily. It's less than 5 runners in the pick 6.
I'm very keen on 2 here, Dees. I'm extremely keen on 1. That's number 2, Avo and Toast. I was a short head away from bankering her in my place accumulator, but I've just backed it up with number 8, Key Element, because Matt did this the other day at the Vaal, where he had a whole lot of horses in to keep the race alive, and Peter Sunday and Paulie ended up on the right one. So I'm just throwing my net out a little bit wider with number 8, Key Elements, only on that basis. But number 2, Avo and Toast, I'm a fan of hers. She needed her last run. She ran like she needed her last run. 400 meters out, she looked like she was going to go through with it. She didn't. She'll be better. She'll be stronger. She'll be fitter. Number 2, Avo and Toast, a very strong first selection. I'm hoping to double up here, and I think number 8, Key Elements is a fair danger, to be fair. Even though she was well beaten last time out, that was to Silver Sanctuary. Nice draw, lightweight. I think Matchford's getting his 3-year-olds to pop at the right time. Stable jockey takes a ride. He's got 4 horses in here, of which 2 or 1's under sufferance, and 1's got very little form and will probably need the run. So I'm going to take the Paulie factor at face value and say number 8, Key Elements, a danger to a very hard horse to beat, number 2, Avo and Toast. The only 2 horses I want to know about in the race, to be honest.
I like his thinking there, Alistair Cohen, with regards to the matched horses, and he's managed to narrow that down nicely, just minimizing the spend in the exotics. On to race number 6, merit rated 80 handicap over 1,200 meters. Number 1, 7-1, 2 at 5-2. Number 3 is at 4-1, 5 is at 3-1, 6 is at 9-2, 7 at 8-1, and then it is 10-1 and better the balance. I must say there have been a few horses that, I'm going to say have disappointed me coming out, will look to have, bright, maybe 3-year-old careers, Alistair. And, you often go for them and you think, that imagination that they've captured quite early in their careers could, follow through. But for most, it hasn't. One of them is this horse, Mullah Man, because I thought it could go back to back, I must be honest, but it didn't. What's your thoughts on him? Is he a sprinter or, a bit too far last time?
I spoke to Pettigrew about number 2, Mullah Man. I went to go visit him on Saturday, actually, and said how are things going, and he thinks the handicap has crucified Mullah Man. He says 92. Gotta be joking. So that's what he thinks of Mullah Man. He was happy enough with the run. He thought maybe Mullah Man would stretch an extra leg going the extra distance, and he might ultimately, but coming back to 1,200 meters, the distance that he won over, might be the wise move for now. So trainer thinks that he might be too highly rated. I'll give him a chance here. I've left him out my PA, but I wouldn't leave him out my pick 6. My PA numbers here are 3 and 6, Mescal, and back to basics. Mescal simply on the basis that he ran 3rd to Silent War last time out. Silent War won a race 3 divisions stronger than this subsequently. I know that they have aspirations of getting him into feature races during the spring, summer season and the half-out. So on that evidence, and out of draw 1, number 3, Mescal, huge chance, my top choice. And then number 6, back to basics. You can see a sequence of runs: win, unplaced, win, unplaced, win, unplaced. So if that sequence is to be believed, then a win should come up here. On a line through Mescal, and they run on the 6th of July, D's. Funny enough, Mescal's got the right to reverse the form simply at the weights. Comes in here 2.5 kilos better off for a quarter length beating. So Mescal comfortably on top of number 6, back to basics. But every time I think the handicap has got back to basics, he seems to find a little bit more. So I'm going to try and double up in the PA, pick 6 numbers. I'm going to go half the field. 2, Mullah Man goes in, and the other Vernus horse, number 5, Dreamland as well.
2, 3, 5, and 6 for Alistair in race number 6. Now, for me, when it comes to the way I read the form and the way races are going to work out, for me, this is the race of the day. Merit rated 96 handicap over 14.5. I'll say this because there's plenty of good form in the race, and I personally think it'll be tough to try and narrow it down. This is the race that, when you look at a race and you got form to work with, you want to attack trifectas and quartets. I don't know the way Alistair sees the race, because they're betting 7-2 the field, Alistair. And I'll tell you what, you actually may be shocked by this. 3 Scallywag is at 7-2, and 4 Water Honey is at 9-2. And that is it. What's your selection?
Number 6, Brave Viking. I'm very surprised by that market. Very, very surprised by that market. Now, you all know as well as I do, but maybe some out there don't, that Joey Somer is a slow starter to the season. He doesn't like brown grass. He sits back on his horses at the end of KZN's champion season. Not that Brave Viking Avon just went to Durban, but those that go to Durban, obviously he gets stuck into and tries to get the most out of them. But for his whole yard, he doesn't race horses in August. If you see Somer with a runner in August, just know that it's the right horse and it's the right time for the right race. Now, Brave Viking obviously missed August. He needed his first run back, much like Avo on Toast. He ran in a race, for me, slightly stronger than this. What was that average merit rating? 91, that average merit rating. This is a 90. So, yeah, slightly stronger. I'm probably shortchanging this field a little bit. Marco van Rensburg takes a ride. That's a combination you don't see too often. But I think the son of William Longsort's got a degree of ability about him. He's kept some good company. And when you look at the likes of Scallywag and Funky Music, two horses that are winning all the time, I think the handicap has probably got their measure. Scallywag got given another £4 for being a loser last time, and Funky Music from a 79 to an 86, so that's £7 for being a winner last time out. What a Honey takes on, boys. I think that she's up in class. In fact, I know that she's up in class. Savannah Storm, Fast Love probably need the run. Bonica, I think, might just need another run in the half up before you see anything from her. Willow Express, probably not the same horse he was 2-3 years ago. Free Movement is actually in the race. I make Free Movement the biggest danger to Brave Viking, but by process of elimination, very hard horse to beat, number 6, Brave Viking. Can't believe the price.
Well, you heard it from Alistair, and I'll tell you what happened here. Now it makes sense to me. I can see the way I wrote the 9-2 on number 4. It was a swap of a pen, ing replacement there. That's what happened. So I stopped taking down the betting. Well, I got it now. Number 4, 3 is at 7-2, 9 is at 9-2, 5 is at 8-1, 6 at 4-1, 7 at 4-1, and 9 at 9-2. So Alistair spot on there. I can just see the way I wrote that 9-2, and now it comes back to me. So race number 8, new pen. I've taken down the betting. Number 2 at 33-10, 5 at 7-2, 6 at 7-2. 7 at 7-1, 8 at 7-1, 9 at 8-1, and it is 10-1 and better the balance. Well, racing fans, there are lots of things that go on behind the scenes to get a show to you. Alistair, I know you're rushing off to a meeting, so over to you, race number 8.
Well, I hope your pen's lucky, because we're going to need all the luck we can get in this last race. I'm not going to dwell too much on it. My numbers here are 2, 6, 8, and 10. I'll tell you why. Number 2, Inner Sense, banging at the door. Inform Yard, Inform Jockey. Number 6, Meet the Captain. I'm falling short on Meet the Captain, and I'm running out of patience with her, but I think the win's not too far away. 8, Written in Stone, which he was drawn better. Otherwise, I'd have a very good each-way bet on him, but he might still run into the money. Rating drop, Apprentice Allowance, can't be far away. And number 10, Written in Sand, with Yenny back on board and Blinkers back on number 10, Written in the Sand. I think she's going to run nicely as well. Not an easy finish if we get here, just hoping to survive.
Go through your suggested bets, which you said was a place accumulator, Alistair?
Yep, which begins at 5-1 on the 8 race card. Race 1 at 20 past 12. So first leg banker number 11, Arabian Red. Second leg 2, 4, and 5, Raffles, Destiny of Souls, and Perfect Witness. By 1 and 10, Primrose Path and Queen Bomi in race 4, which is leg 3. By 2 and 8, Avo on Toast and Key Element. I was very close to bankering 2 Avo on Toast, but I've gone with 2 and 8 there. Then by 3 and 6, which are Mescal and Back to Basics. The penultimate leg back, number 6, Brave Viking, and then the final race, 2, 6, 8, and 10. But to be sure in the pick 6, go field.
Well, that's it, Alistair. As we say goodbye to him, he's off and away. And from the entire team at Gallop TV, myself, Dees Dynan, all the best if you're racing on the 21st this Thursday at the Vaal Classic Track. And until we meet again, you take care. Salani Gosle.